Hey guys, welcome back to another Off the Field podcast episode. Today's episode, I will be talking about the NFL draft. Now, the NFL draft was Thursday, the first round. Obviously Mendoza, number one overall pick. I mean, everybody knew that one. Now, it did get interesting because in my opinion, I thought Love was gonna get the second pick. I thought he was gonna go number two. I can't remember who went number two, but he went number three. I do know that he did go number three. This year's draft, I didn't. Oh, I was just about to say it wasn't like too controversial. Yes, it was. The Rams. The Los Angeles Rams went with a quarterback. Now, I got some comments that I want to read off on my phone. So let me pull it up right now for you guys. Give me a moment. Let me go back to my TikTok. Turn the volume down just in case. And I did not turn it down. All right, guys. So I reacted to it, obviously, on my Twitch and my TikTok. I also posted a clip to it. They went with Simpson from Alabama. Now, why was this so controversial? You'll probably be asking, right? And by the way, I'm gonna read the comments, but first I got to let you guys know why it was so controversial. I said this in the short. Ty has a ceiling, I feel like. And there's lots of great quarterbacks in college that when they get in the NFL, they last 2 years. Hell, if you're really bad, you only might last a year. Okay? Or they never get to see the playing field. Like you see them in garbage time. When the game is pretty much out of hand. Or they play the whole preseason, but you don't see them in the regular season. You just see them over there on the sideline with their clipboard or a little mic or whatever, and that's it, right? And that's fine. That's totally fine. I'm not knocking you because at the end of the day, you're in the NFL. But the reason why the Ty Simpson thing had a lot of uproar, you already got your guy. Now, albeit he is closer to the end than he is the beginning, but he's coming off of the MVP. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. You guys won't know what just happened, but you know, had something I had to handle. But anyway, so back to the Ty Simpson thing. So yes, Matthew Stafford is closer to the end than the beginning. I mean, than the start. But he's coming off of an MVP, right? Now, obviously, in my opinion, I thought Drake May should have won it. And I think the reason why he didn't win it is because he's younger and, you know, they think he can get time. But anyway, that's besides the point. Even though Ty went to Bama, and obviously, as an LSU fan, I don't really care for him. But objectively looking at his play, at the start of the year, he was pretty much Heisman frontrunner. As far as the quarterbacks, Ty was putting up numbers every single Saturday. He was just that guy, right? But then it was a shift. And I'm not sure when the shift was, but there was a certain shift where he started turning the ball over. And I think the game was maybe Georgia. Was it Georgia? No, it wasn't Georgia. It might have been Georgia. I forgot what team it was. But there was a shift where he turned the ball over a lot in one game. I think he had like 2 turnovers. And leading up to that, he didn't have a turnover. And what you really saw is when they can get pressure on him, Ty clock goes fast. And that happens for a lot of young quarterbacks. Hell, sometimes even older quarterbacks. When that pocket starts to collapse quickly, you're thinking in your head, oh my God, I can't take a sack. When in reality, sometimes taking a sack is all right, especially on first down. You know, and that's one of the big mistakes I see a lot of young quarterbacks when they come into the NFL, they do. If it's first and 10, if you take a sack, okay. But don't be running around like it's college, right? Because they got the same speed you do. Unlike college where you might got a couple fast people on the defense, you got a couple fast people on offense, obviously. But it ain't the same. It ain't the same at all. Everything is sped up 4 times the speed than it is in college. And so with young quarterbacks, they start to realize the good ones, the ones that are, are doing really good in the NFL in their second and third year and all of that, they're starting to realize that it's okay to take a sack on first down, second down, because you have more downs to get it. Instead of putting your defense in a position where it's first and goal or it's at the 15-yard line, it's in the red zone. And now your defense is like they might can get 1 or 2 stops, but they're not going to be able to consistently stop a offense. It's just not going to happen. In today's age, it's just not. Offenses are too explosive, and the rules are tailored for the offense. I mean, we all know it. It's not like a secret. It's not like, oh my God, he's supposed. No, we all know this. But yeah, with Ty, and also I think, and this is for a lot of the Bama quarterbacks, they are game managers, but the weapons around them make them look like superstar. I'm not saying this is for every Bama quarterback, not at all. But I'm saying for a lot of Bama quarterbacks that come into the NFL, you start to see, like, when they don't have the speed, when they ain't got the best athletes, when they ain't got the best running back, when they ain't got the best offensive line, you start to see how, okay, maybe they were great at Bama, but it's because they had all of these positions solidified. But let's see what you can do on your own. Let's see if you can make other players better. And then you start to see that they can't. They struggle. They're throwing picks that they're overthrowing their receiver. They're throwing questionable, like, is everything. They're taking too many hits. They're not sliding. They don't know how to slide. They don't know how to move up in the pocket. They don't know what what a check down is, because and this is not really like the past couple of years. Like, this is like maybe a little bit before that. Like a Matt Jones, for example. Great rookie year as a fellow Patriots fan. It was such a fun time seeing him. Obviously, the one thing that you're probably going to remember from him, his stint at the Patriots, was him doing the gritty and the last like Pro Bowl where everybody was, it was the regular Pro Bowl, I guess you could say, regular Pro Bowl game. He did a gritty into the end zone, right? His second year, right? And this did not help at all. We had Matt Patricia calling the offensive plays. Now you're probably thinking, the dude with the pencil that had these very, very good defenses during the Tom Brady era, and then he went to Ohio. Now he's at Ohio State, and they won the best defenses. That guy, him, he was our offensive coordinator, right? That already put Mac Jones in a bad position. But then the play on the field, it was like his first year didn't happen. It felt like his second year was his first year. He had hit his ceiling so early. And can he revive his career? Yes, we've seen it before. I'm not saying his career is dead, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get that same success that he got his first year when he went to the Pro Bowl. I don't know if he would get the opportunity to even get in that position. Maybe he can. He is a backup right now. But yeah, like, and coming out, I mean, they was one of the most dominating teams in college football history. Won a national championship. Had all these great players around them, right? Had Heisman wide receiver. Yeah, like, he had all of this talent around him. But then you saw his second year when the talent was not the best. As a fellow Patriot fan, we did not have a good wide receiver room at all. Did not. But he also wasn't able to elevate players. He just wasn't. And his decision making was atrocious at times. Like, some of his decision makings would make you scratch your head. Now, somebody else that made me scratch my head in decision making was Carson Beck. Obviously, he entered the draft. I mean, it was his last year. Did great things with Miami. Get national championship game. Obviously, they lost. But great redemption story from Georgia. His last game, SEC championship against Texas, when his shoulder gets hit and he's out for the remaining of the second half, right? I always said this when I was watching his games at Georgia. Not so much Miami, because I didn't really watch the Miami games during the regular season like that. But at Georgia, I watch plenty. His decision making is something that I'm scared of. And I don't mean that in a good way. I mean that in a bad way. Because his decision making at the college level already put his defense in a disadvantage. He does the exact same thing at the NFL level. Or they're licking their chops. We facing Carson Beck gonna be a starter? Oh, I'm gonna give me about 2. How many you gonna get? You gonna get like 4? Shit, I'm being in zone like this. Yeah, I mean, like they're gonna be licking their chops, and hopefully Carson Beck can learn that. Throw it away, okay? If you don't feel confident in this throw it away. It's okay to punt. Coach might be mad at you, or you know, certain people might be mad at you, but you relax, see the play before it happens. See it. Imagine it. Now, when you imagine it, do another imagination. The what ifs. What if my number 1 is taken? Where am I gonna go? What if my number 2 is taken? Where am I gonna go? Is the check down gonna be there? Is my tight end, is he gonna be right there with me? Or should I keep the tight end in because they blitzing? Or my offensive lineman on this side, he can't block his guy. His guy is getting through every single time. Or should I keep my running back in for this person? Like, it's a lot of things as a quarterback that you're constantly thinking of. Carson, sometimes if his first read ain't there, it's kind of like an all-in type of thing. Like, he imagines, it's almost like he imagines the best case scenario and he never ever thinks about the worst. And that's only sometimes. I'm not saying that for all the time, because in Miami, he improves so much on his decision making. But at Georgia, you saw it. You saw that when that first read wasn't there, his wheels turned. He ain't know what to do, so now he forcing it. Now he forcing to a second and third read when they ain't open. And so he just was not able to read the field in the way he needed to. And it happened at the worst time. It happened in the biggest moments. That's the thing. Happened in the big moments. Now in Miami, he was able to reconcile that and be better. But then at the end, he threw the pick, right? He forced it. He went back to the old Carson Beck at Georgia, where Georgia fans were always wanting to cheer for him, right? He did great things. But then the things that he did bad were so egregious that it kind of like, you kind of forgot about the good. And look, I hate that, right? But if your bad is outweighing your good, that should let you know something. You can do all these things right, but the one thing you do bad, it can't be the biggest mistake. It can't be the one that costs us the game. It can't. And if it is, you're going to hear about it. The fans going to let you know. Now, NFL fans, they crazy, but they ain't as crazy as college fans, you know, because half of them in your class the next day. I mean, on Monday. So you ain't got to worry about that. But just hopefully his decision making improves, and hopefully the coaches can find a way to make it easy for him. Like, get him some quick throws. Let him know you don't always have to throw it downfield. Get him some little quick ones. Get him familiar with his tight ends, with his running backs. You know, and if you don't have a running back that can catch out of the backfield, please do everything you can to get a running back that can catch out of the backfield. Because that is one of the biggest things that has saved a lot of quarterbacks' careers, is having a running back that can run the ball but also catch it out of the backfield. Because that's your safety blanket right there. When all else fails, you can check it down that young man. Let's see some other ones. Be honest with you, I don't even know who the Patriots got. I think we got offensive lineman. I hope we did, because look, Cam, my man, LSU. I mean, come on now. He allowed 1 sack in his career. That playoff. And I was already scared going into the playoffs with our offensive line, because we had two rookies right beside each other. That normally is not how that works. Normally, you might have a rookie on this end and a rookie on that end. There are 2 rookies right beside each other, and both of them is getting beat. Granted, we were playing some of the best defenses in football. I mean, Texans, Denver, Seattle in the Super top 3. All of them are top 3. So, but Campbell, here's the thing with Campbell, right? Obviously, he was not in the draft this year. He went in the draft last year. If you're not, this could be his second year. The thing about Campbell is he's such a tall, big guy that the smaller edge players, they can twist their body and get right through. And this is one of those things where he might have to drop a little bit of weight and get a little bit quicker. He ain't got to be the fastest offensive line. No, not telling you to do that. But maybe shave off a little bit of weight and get your hands. Because what's happening is they literally just going right over you and getting right to Drake May. And think about Drake May. Hopefully this year he understands. And I believe he's gonna improve after what happened in the Super Bowl. You cannot hold the ball and try to get all the deep shots. You can't. I understand you want the highlight reel type of play, but your offensive line is not made for that. They're made for, hey, I need you to get this ball out like this. Hopefully Drake May watch some Tom Brady stuff. Tom had one of the quickest, defenders like, bro, but like, can you hold the ball for like 2 seconds, please? Let me get close to you, Tom. Nah, we good. Right? Drake May, on the other hand, he wants that deep shot, but his offensive line is not made for that. You got 2 rookies on this side. On his left. You got 2 rookies, man. You cannot hold the ball that long. Might be on his right now. I think about it. No, it's on his left. It is on his left. Sorry. Like you can't hold the ball for too long. There's obviously some other things. Mike Vrabel, personal things going on with him and a young lady. Both are married. Both have stepped away. Well, yeah, she resigned, and Mike Vrabel, the last day, he's not going to be there on the last day of the draft. He said he's going to go get help. Hopefully he does. And to his wife and to the other young woman's husband, hopefully you guys can find some peace. I know it's hard. I believe they got kids together. I think both do. And it is a very sensitive topic because, like, cameras are gonna be around. You're the coach of the New England Patriots. Come on, man. Even on vacation, when you with your family, there are cameras around. Somebody's gonna be taking a picture or something like that. If it was me, and I know it's easy to say because I'm not in his position, but if it was me, I always want to be alert. If I'm in that position, I'm lady, honey, what are you looking at? Make sure no camera. That camera right there. You see, like, I do that now. I'm always aware of my surroundings. Oh, somebody coming up right here? I already saw them all the way down there. Like, my uncle taught me that. Be very aware of your surroundings. And I think a lot of celebrity, like, it's crazy because wherever you're gonna go, somebody's gonna be taking a picture. But it seems to me that either they want it to happen or they forget that they a celebrity. And it's one of those things. It's very hard to forget that you're famous. Very hard to forget that you were the New England Patriots coach. It's very hard to get that you was in the Super Bowl. It's very hard to forget that, I would think. But maybe, maybe it is very easy to forget that. And obviously he was, he was on vacation, getting his groove on, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I ain't gonna talk too much about that because I don't know all the details. I just know what I have heard and seen. Obviously, take my opinions and all that with, a grain of salt. I don't know the whole story. It could be a nothing burger. If it is, then it is. I don't know. But anyway, back to the draft. Let's see what else I want to talk about the draft. Was it anything other like controversial? There's a lot of offensive linemen going off the board. Oh, shout out to Ohio State. They had the most people in the draft or something like that. I think it was the most first rounders or something like that. They had 2 defensive players went back to back. Now we all know their defense, Downs and I think a corner. We all know how good their defense was last year. And it's crazy because 2 years ago, 2 years ago against Michigan, they were getting, they was giving up big play after big play, and that's what really lost them that game against with CJ. CJ was the quarterback, and it was crazy. It was crazy. But congratulations to everybody that was in the NFL draft. If you didn't get drafted, look, man, it's all right. Hey, we've seen it before. Free agents not free agent, but people, undrafted free agents come in and the magic happens. So just continue to work, continue to have it in your mind that when it's your time, you gonna be ready. You ain't gonna be nervous. You just know what you've been doing your whole life, and that's the biggest thing. You can't be nervous, even though it's a stage where not a lot of people are at. You just have to know what you done, and them nights that the cameras wasn't on, nobody was watching. You just gotta remember that, take it in, look at the crowd, look at how many people are happy for you, your family. You just all gotta take it in. And I say that to not only them, but to rookies as well. Obviously I've never been in that position before, but I can tell you this from life experience. You don't know the moment that's like that live forever. I don't know if I put that the right way, but you always have moments in your life that when you look back on it, you be like, damn, I kind of wish I like really soaked that in. I think I kind of took that for granted. It's not really like a regret, but it's one of those where it's like, if I had a little bit more time on this, everybody in this world has had 1, 2, or 3 of those moments where, and it just pops up randomly. You could just be doing a mundane task, and next thing you know, you like, damn, like this is such and such, like, and that's why I would just tell you young people as well, is obviously you want things to happen like this, but the real success is when it comes to you and you're ready for it, not when you go to it and this ain't ready for it. When it comes to you and you ready for it and you take that opportunity and you make it grow, you make it bigger, a bigger opportunity than it even was at the start, that's when you have your true happiness. And that's with anything in life. So yeah, just want to let you guys know that. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys for watching once again this podcast. You guys are absolutely amazing. Once again, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment what other topics you want to see me discuss. And if you guys would like to be on a podcast episode. Love you guys. I'll see you guys.